Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Jody killing himself by joking. Excuse me. That was supposed to be random vlogging, but my throat hurts. Hi! That was fun. So, got a few changes happening. But first, I want to yell about stuff. Not because it's going to help at all, but because I'm really, really pissed off. So, I have talked about how much I really enjoy my Xbox One controller. I think it's actually a really, really solid controller. Um, However, recently, literally like within like the past couple days here, I've been having an issue where the controller itself, when I push the directional pad right, it'll register two presses instead of just one, or it won't register any presses. Um, So I went and I recalibrated it, and nothing helped because you don't actually calibrate uh, the pad itself. You calibrate the sticks and the triggers and stuff like that. You can't actually calibrate the pad, which pissed me off. But I'm like, you know what? It happens. You know, I've had it for like 3 months. I must have just gotten a defective one. So I go and contact customer service, and I talked to this dude named Jeremy. And I am going to use actual names here because I am really pissed off that this is how it worked. Through their like online web chat, and I told them what was going on, and I actually researched it and found out that apparently this is a problem. And generally, what they do is they just replace the controller for you. So I'm like, I don't know what the warranty is on this stuff, so I'm not sure, if I'm in or out of warranty. So I'm just gonna, play dumb and see what they'll do for me. So I talked to this guy. I said, yeah, I bought it back in May. Um, it's doing this. I've tried recalibrating and everything. It's just the controller itself is not working, and it causes issues in the games that I play. Uh, and his response was, yeah, totally. I understand what you're getting at. Um, the problem is with the controller itself. It's not software or anything like that. So here, call this number. I've created a ticket for you. They will take care of everything else for you. Don't worry. I'm like, okay, they'll be able to, take care of everything and make sure that everything's going to work. And he's like, yep, definitely. Don't worry about it. Just give these guys a call. They're open 24 hours. So I give them a call. They weren't open 24 hours. Should have been my first, kind of hint that maybe this wasn't going to go well. So I finally call them up this morning because I was awake during the day randomly. That never happens. Um, so yeah, I give these guys a call, and I talk to this um, fairly polite woman named Amy. Amy talks to me for a little bit after literally being on hold for like a minute and a half, which is pretty impressive for tech support. Like, you're normally on hold for like 5 minutes minimum. And they mention that there's an above normal amount of people calling in because Windows 10. So I was expecting to be on hold for like 10 minutes, and it took like 2. So I was really, really happy. Um, so I'm talking to her. I said, yeah, I've already talked to your guy. He said you guys are going to take care of me. This is the reference number. She's like, okay. Where did you buy it? I'm like, well, I already told you, and it should be in the notes, but I bought it at GameStop at the recommendation of the guy working there. And she's like, when did you buy it? I said, to be perfectly honest, I'm not 100% sure. It was in May sometime. She's like, well, you need a receipt in order for us to do anything, which, again, I'm very familiar with. I've worked customer service. I'm very familiar with the fact that, receipts are a big deal. I'm like, I don't have the receipt. However, it's theoretically possible. I purchased it with a credit card. I can find the date that I purchased it. I can probably get a receipt. So if you guys need a receipt, I can just go back to GameStop and say, hey, listen, I bought it with this card on this date at this exact time. Generally, most places will be able to reprint you a receipt if necessary. So I'm like, yeah, not a big deal. She's like, well, do you know roughly when it was you purchased it? It was in May. It's like, do you know exactly when in May? I'm like, before Mother's Day, because I was buying a present for my mother at the same time. It's like, okay, well, Mother's Day was the 10th. I'm like, yeah. Well, that'll mean it's over 90 days. Yeah, but to, what, 5 days now? Barely 3 days if you're counting from the 10th. Like, well, unfortunately, we can't do anything if it's out of warranty. I'm like, I've had this for 3 months. I've got a PS3 controller I've had for 4 years that is still working perfectly. An Xbox One controller only works for 3 months? Well, no. And again, I understand warranties and things like that. I understand that it's actually really difficult once you're outside of the warranty because the company themselves will do everything they can to make sure they don't have to do anything outside of warranty. That's why the warranty is there. My only issue was the fact that the guy I talked to that I still have a printed chat log from said, no, they're going to take care of you. Don't worry about it. You know, just call them up. They will get you a replacement. Don't worry about it. And then I call back and like, no, there's nothing I can do. So I said, you guys have already told me you're going to take care of this. And now you've basically lied to me. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do about this? Well, sir, there's nothing. You would have to buy another controller. Okay. I know this line, and I know it's because I'm talking to a low-level tech support person. They don't have any authority whatsoever. Anyone that is calling tech support and decides to yell at them, you are wasting your time and you're just making them feel bad. Don't do it. They literally have no authority. They can only say, this is what our manual says, and that's it. And I understand this. So I said, you know what, is there a supervisor I can talk to? And I'm being incredibly pleasant this entire time. I'm like, thank you very much. You know, is there a chance that I could speak to a supervisor? And she's like, oh, well, they're going to tell you the same thing. I'm like, yes, I know that's the canned line that you are told to give. However, I've worked in customer service for 5 years. I know that supervisors actually have the authority to make up for their employees' screw-ups, which is what this was. So I said, hey, yeah, can I just, you know, can I speak to your supervisor? Then they hang up the phone on me, or at least that's what I think. I get no hold music or anything. I'm on this dead air hold for like 15 minutes. Finally, the hold music kicks in. I'm like, oh, good. Apparently, they thought I was just going to give up, which I wasn't about to do that. And then I get Julie or Julia. I can't actually remember. But it's one of that. And she does not have the verbal skills to communicate effectively over the phone. She simply doesn't. It's not that she, it's not that she has a thick accent or anything like that. She simply does not understand how to speak on a phone. I could understand her accent from what I could tell and what I could pick up over the conversation. She's from the Deep South, which I'm fine with. I actually understand that accent very, very well. I can recreate it on my own because I study accents. So I had no problem understanding her accent. She literally was saying this. So I could barely understand what this woman was saying. She said, hi, sir, you know, and I tried to listen as well as I could. We go through like a 10-minute little back and forth where I say, I have evidence on my computer right now that you guys told me you were going to take care of this. We were talking about 5 days outside of the warranty, and you're telling me there's literally nothing you can do to fix your screw-up. Well, no, sir, because it's out of it, you would have to, there's no way in our system. I said, yes, there is. I've worked customer service before. I know that the higher-ups actually have the authority. You tell me you do not have the authority to make up for the fact that your employee screwed up and told me that you were going to take care of me when you weren't. And I just waste all of my time finding out that you guys are going to do jack shit. And I said, well, I'm very sorry, sir. I'm like, no, you're not. I did this before. I know the authority that you have and what you don't have. That's why I'm not talking to Amy anymore. And I mentioned specifically, and she was nothing but pleasant to me. She was very professional. She was very, very kind to me. I do not want this to reflect poorly on her. She did her job adequately, as well as she could have. However, Jeremy needs to get fucking fired. And I need to get a new controller. Again, I've had this for 3 months, and now if I use the D-pad at all, which I use all the time for, what do you call it? I use it for Final Fantasy XIV, because I play on my controller, and I like it that way. It's very comfortable for me. I can't play it anymore because the right button, I basically have to unbind everything from the right button, which is a lot of key bindings. You use it a lot the way that they have it set up. So I'm like, so you guys are literally going to do nothing for me, just absolutely nothing, well, sir, you would have to buy a new controller. I said, you know what, screw this. He's like, is there anything else I can help you out with? I'm like, well, you haven't helped me yet, so why break a streak like that? And I said, goodbye. So I'm really, really pissed off that I have this really great Xbox One controller-shaped paperweight now that I didn't actually want to buy. I went into GameStop to buy just a 360 controller because up until now I've had good interactions with the people at my local GameStop. And this manager that was there said, no, trust me, you want to get this. I'm like, I really want a 360, and it was $70 at that point. He's like, no, trust me, this is what you want. Trust me on this one. This is definitely what you want. I said, you know what, I really don't. But he sold me on it because, like, anyone that's building stuff for PCs that want to put in controller support, all the Steam-based games, they're programming for this controller. I have no idea if that's true or not, but it made sense. So I'm like, you know what, that's fine. It seems like a high-quality controller. I want to, spend the extra money to get something nice that I'm not going to have to replace in, a week or something like that. I want to get, or in this case, 3 fucking months. So yeah, you know what? I'll spend the extra money. I'll get something really nice, and then I won't have to worry about this. Again, I've had my PS3 controller for 3 or 4 years, and I've never had issues with it, other than one of the sticks is a little bit wiggly from just overuse. And again, I've been using it for 3 years, not 3 months. So yeah, I have not gone to GameStop yet to see if they'll take care of me. I'm hoping, to be 100% honest, I'm hoping I can go in there, tell them what happened, and they'll be kind enough to go, you know what? We sold this to you. You didn't even want it. Microsoft isn't helping you out here, and obviously this isn't your fault. You haven't broke it or anything. It's a defective model. We'll exchange it for you. I'm hoping they will do that. However, again, working in retail for as long as I have, I know there's a very good chance that they won't. And that's going to upset me because, first of all, the game that I purchased it for doesn't like Xbox One controllers, and it actually crashed my computer when I attempted to use it. So the purpose for me buying it, and I went to buy an Xbox 360 controller because I know that one worked. So the purpose of me buying this was to play a game that I can't play with this controller anyways. And now it's not working for the extra stuff that I got because it did work with it. And Microsoft is being a dick about this. And again, I wouldn't have had an issue if they had just said in my initial conversation, hey, it's outside of warranty. There's nothing we can do about it. I probably would have gone, you know what? I understand. I probably would have, put a little bit of insistence on, hey, it's literally only a couple of days. Is there anything we can do? Is there a repair cost I can pay? I really don't want to have to buy a brand new, $60 or $70 controller. These are really expensive. I don't want that. But I would have totally been accepting of, yeah, that's just how it works. Because again, I've worked in retail for so long, I understand how that works. It was the fact that this guy's like, trust me, we will take care of you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about doing anything else. Just give these people a call. I've already created the ticket. I just can't do it over the web. And that's what pissed me off. And then when they go, well, it doesn't matter what our texts say. I'm telling you no. No, I'm sorry. Your customer support representative told me I was getting something new, and then you just kind of backed out. Like, that pisses me off. So, yes, that's my extra long rant about Microsoft and how pissed off I am with them. Microsoft, if you're watching this, if you want to make me happy, contact me. I'm at Trainer Jody on Twitter, and get me a new freaking controller. It's all I want. These things cost you next to nothing. You ship them out with all of your units. Like, they're really, really cheap. The least you can do is replace a controller that's defective because you guys didn't build it correctly. The other thing I wanted to mention to you guys, I have not been making a ton of content for my channel recently due to just being massively, massively busy. And that's not changing anytime soon. School is really, really busy. Being a local coordinator for the D&D Adventure League is remarkably time-consuming. And then I'm also trying to get a team together to do an Extra Life live stream in October. And I'm still working on launching one more show in addition to the D&D show I do once a month and streamy streams and all that stuff. So life is really, really busy. However, I'm really getting upset with the fact that I'm not creating enough content. So at least for a little bit, I think I'm going to go back to daily vlogging. They're not all going to be this long, simply because, again, nobody wants to listen to me talk for this long. But I'm going to try and record something every day and upload it. Yes, if you guys are interested in that, leave a comment. If you guys have other horror stories of dealing with really poor customer service, leave it in the comments below as well, because I would love to know that other people are getting screwed over as badly as I am right now. Anyway, that's all for me. I can't wait for Critical Role tonight, because I'm super, super excited to see Will Wheaton and Will Friedle play. And I hope, beyond hope, that Will brings AFL. Like, that would just make my day to see AFL show up on Critical Role. Like, oh, that would be amazing. So anyway, again, that's all for me, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another daily vlog. All right? Bye-bye!